Blog Talk Radio.
My name is Matthew E. O'Neill. I was a top-rated writer for Everipedia Incorporated from 2019 until 2022. I wrote over 1,000 original articles, which gained over 2 million views. Everipedia had a business office on 201 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 314 for years. The company was renamed and rebranded IQ Wiki in 2022, but many of the archives still exist on the Google and Bing.com search engines, as well as on the Facebook group Everipedia Archives. One of the subjects that I covered during my 3 years at Everipedia was the sport of professional and amateur boxing. I boxed back in the late 1990s, but I traced my boxing background to a basketball background, as I first played basketball at the age of 9 at the Blessed Kateri Church in West Plymouth, Massachusetts. I practiced and I could score points on a 10-foot net unassisted and unguarded. I played in 2 unaccredited basketball leagues on a 10-foot net from the ages of 11 to the ages of 15. I scored over 400 points in 2 leagues, West Plymouth Youth Basketball and Boys Club Basketball. I scored 2 points or more 50 times, 20 points or more twice, and I never had a losing season. I was actually a basketball champion at the Memorial Hall on 83 Court Street in Plymouth, Massachusetts in the winter of 1992 at the age of 15. I bagged groceries at a supermarket when I was a junior in high school, and I never tried out for the basketball team as a sophomore, junior, or senior. I never tried out. I instead worked, and I worked for thousands of hours at a supermarket. I actually played basketball in the Middle East, and I beat sergeants in 3-on-3 basketball. I believe there's a connection between basketball and amateur boxing. I defeated a U.S. Army world-class athlete named Preston Hartzog and an LSU national baseball champion named Jeffrey Knockin in conclusive ways by knockout and technical knockout. Those results helped produce Plymouth, Massachusetts' first baseball scholarships. Although I did not have a comprehensive boxing background as a juvenile, I did play a lot of basketball. And I think there might be a connection between the sport of basketball and boxing. I created the British and Irish Boxing Authority Everipedia page. The page has over 6,000 views. The British and Irish Boxing Authority is a professional boxing governing, sanctioning, and licensing organization that operates primarily within the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland. The CEO, Vice President of BIBA is Gianluca Di Caro. It is responsible for sanctioning boxing events. The British and Irish Boxing Authority has affiliated with many World Boxing Championship organizations and a number of regional championship organizations within the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland. It was launched in 2016. Its primary focus is the licensing of professional boxers and their coaching, management, and promotional agents, sanctioning of professional boxing events, as well as the training and licensing of officials. They also ensure that the health and safety of the people that participate in the sport, as well as the application of the Association of Boxing Commission's unified rules and regulations, are properly enforced. In July of 2017, the British and Irish Boxing Authority and the Afghanistan All Martial Arts Federation joined forces to create BIBA Afghanistan. Fight Facts USA provides official bout records, publishing for events sanctioned by BIBA. Nigel Benn is a 2-time former world champion. He called a press conference on September 26, 2019, and confirmed his comeback for November 23, 2019 at Resorts World Birmingham in Birmingham, England against Sakio Bika. Nigel Benn was able to gain licensure by BIBA. However, the Benn fight was canceled due to an injury. March of 2020, the British and Irish Boxing Authority sanctioned professional boxing matches in England. And they continue to sanction matches in 2024. So that page that I created, British and Irish Boxing Authority, has over 6,000 views, and that page can be located on the Google.com search engine. I also created the Michael Williams Jr. Everipedia page, which has 1,700 views. Michael Williams Jr. was born March 20th, 1999, on Fort Riley, Kansas. He is a professional boxer who has boxed in the welterweight and junior welterweight divisions. He graduated from 71st High School in 2017. His father, Michael Williams Jr., is a former Army sergeant, and Michael Williams Jr. was born on an Army base. His final amateur record is 35 wins and 13 losses. He had 35 amateur wins, including winning the USA Boxing Regional Championship and the Sugarbird Championship twice. He is the subject of a 2018 documentary, Chasing Greatness, the Michael Williams Jr. story, which is available on YouTube. Most of his amateur boxing matches were sanctioned by USA Boxing. He goes by two nicknames, Boy Wonder and 150%. Williams Jr. started boxing professionally in 2018. By June of 2022, he had a pro record of 20 wins and 1 loss with 13 knockouts. As of April of 2024, he has a record of 22 wins, 1 loss with 15 knockouts. Williams Jr. boxed 4 times in 2019, winning all 4 matches. And he won the WBF gold title in 2019 by beating LaShawn Alcox. In the past, he was trained by Roy Jones Jr., but Roy Jones was removed as his trainer. And currently, as of 2024, his head trainer is his father, Michael Williams Sr. Michael Williams Jr. merchandise can be purchased by contacting Michael Williams Sr. on Facebook.com. He sells T-shirts with Michael Williams' picture on it. Michael Williams Jr. has a fight scheduled for 2024, and he will continue boxing and hopes to get a big money payday within the next year. I also created the Francis Hogan Everipedia page. Francis Hogan was born September 24, 2000, Boston, Massachusetts. He is a professional boxer and a graduate of Weymouth High School. His father, Richie Hogan, has been influential in his boxing career, and he has a brother that is a member of the U.S. Marine Corps. As of September 2022, he has a pro boxing record of 12 wins and 0 losses. However, he has advanced his career since that time, and he has won the WBC Youth Middleweight Championship and the WBC Silver Middleweight Championship, and he is currently, as of April 2024, ranked in the top 100 by BoxRec. He trains in Quincy, Massachusetts, and claims to have 200 amateur bouts. He signed with CES and Jimmy Birchfield's company, Classic Entertainment and Sports. The company is based out of North Providence, Rhode Island. I've also created many other pages, such as the Bruce Silverglade page. Bruce Silverglade is the founder of Gleason's Gym in New York City. Silverglade graduated from Gettysburg College in 1968 with a Bachelor of Science in Business Management. The Silverglade family has been associated with boxing for over 65 years. Over the last 30 years, Bruce Silverglade has been keeping boxing alive in New York City. He's the driving force behind Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn. There have been a version of Gleason's Gym since 1937, and the current version can be reached by crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. One of the last of New York City's thriving boxing gyms, Gleason's has been the training headquarters for such legends as Jake LaMotta, Muhammad Ali, and Roberto Duran. In all, 131 world champions have trained inside the gym. As of 2020, there are currently 5 active title holders working on at Gleason's. White-collar boxing. Bruce Silverglade took ownership of the gym in 1981. Mike Tyson trained at the gym when he was heavyweight champion. Bruce Silverglade started white-collar boxing, which catered to working professionals. He stated in an interview in 2016, many of the actors and models say they want to turn professional. However, as good as they become, they are not the level of professional boxer. The one exception that I can recall is Robert De Niro. He trained for the role in Raging Bull and was quite good. His management did not allow him to turn pro. He would have been a tough journeyman. Bruce Silverglade has held numerous prominent positions in amateur boxing. From 1980 to 1985, Silverglade held some of the most prominent positions in amateur boxing. He was the president of the Metropolitan Amateur Boxing Federation, a chairman of the National Junior Olympic Committee, and a member of the National Selection Committee. By the early 1980s, Silverglade began devoting his efforts full-time to Gleason's. In 1987, he started running live boxing cards at Gleason's Arena, which was located 1 block away from the gym. That lasted until 1990. Silverglade remains actively involved in the business side of boxing as a matchmaker and a booking agent. On February 8, 2020, an amateur boxing show took place at Gleason's gym. The bouts were sanctioned by USA Boxing. Silverglade told Boxing Monthly in 2016, the current gym in Brooklyn is the 3rd location. The original gym started in 1937 in the Bronx. It was there until 1974 when the building we were in was replaced with a huge housing project. The gym relocated into Manhattan for 10 years. We lost our lease again at the end of 1984, and we moved to our current location in Brooklyn. Bruce Silverglade was contacted by phone by Everipedia editor and reporter Matthew E. O'Neill on February 2020. O'Neill reported that Silverglade was hard at work in the gym and still exhibited the same passion for the sport of boxing that he developed over 30 years ago. O'Neill's boxing career has been covered by Max Boxing and Into Boxing. Bruce Silverglade was inducted to the New York State Boxing Hall of Fame in 2015. I also created the Star Boxing Incorporated page, which has 6,000 views. Star Boxing is a promotional company based out of White Plains, New York. It has been in business since 1992. It was founded by Joe DeGuardia. DeGuardia is also its president and CEO. Former matchmaker for the company is Ron Katz. Star Boxing has had many shows at the Mohegan Sun. One of the shows was called New England Explosion. And they promoted many great fighters, many great boxing matches, such as Antonio Tarver versus Roy Jones Jr., Roy Jones Jr. versus Antonio Tarver II, and Antonio Tarver versus Roy Jones III. That trilogy was one of the most successful trilogies in boxing history, generating over $50 million in revenue. The shows have been broadcast domestically and internationally on pay-per-view, HBO, Showtime, and ESPN. Thank you.
Planned Parenthood League of Massachusetts has telehealth options for sexual and reproductive care visits, birth control, at-home STI testing, gender-affirming hormone therapy, and medication abortion. Quality care whenever you need it. Visit pplm.org/telehealth to book an appointment.